Good morning, everybody. It's Di, and today we have our Alice in Wonderland Journal, and I'm using the kit Alice in Wonderland from LineDotArrow. This is my design team project for July, and it is a beautiful kit, absolutely beautiful. I've never done Alice before. And I must say that I was challenged. I should put that down so that it's nice so you can see what it is. Because Nathalie's done a great job of going through this, but I want you to see what I've done with the kit, just so that you know that I've used everything in the kit. Beautiful little labels, great size. And you'll see through it that I've taken the images on my computer and I've printed them in large sizes, and some I've put down to really tiny sizes. So for example, I love this little blue rabbit and I've blown him up. This is the little Alice I've got peeking through the door. This is the larger Alice that I've blown right up, and this is the belly band that I've made really large. So very versatile, and I never really used my printer to do things like that before, and I'm really glad that I am doing that now. So pretty, so pretty. I mean, look at that. That's just delightful. Yeah, I struggled. I struggled at first. I soaked up the pages and I got a lot of inspiration from them, but my personal style is vintage, and I struggle with pretty pastels. I love them, but I struggle with them into integrating it into how I see. So anyway, I struggled with it. I didn't want my journal to be how should I put it? I just wanted it to have like a grungy vibe. So I thought, well, I'll just add some black. And when I first started with my black, I was not happy. I thought, oh no, this is just a bit too dark even for me. I mean, they're gorgeous. And what I've done throughout is I've painted gold, only very subtle highlights. And I just love it. I love gold. I'm a glitzy gal. Not that you would think it, really. I dress a lot in black. Now these postcards are big and I love that, and I've used them as a flip out page, exactly that size. And they work so well. I've just hinged them. I think I just hinged them with some washi tape. This is divine. This is really divine. Love the teacups. And that is really grungy. That speaks to me. And yeah, when I was these two envelopes I've got over here, and they're all filled with the offcuts, which I'll include with whoever buys this beautiful journal, which is actually, I've just listed it, so it's actually in my Etsy shop as we speak. So great size envelopes. And great size tags. They are really, really so good. So fun. It's really a good background page. And some bigger journal cards. Beautiful. That's the only image I personally didn't like. But I love the mauve. So you'll see me, I've covered that up. But that's, artist's choice, isn't it? Beautiful background. And I mean, Nathalie is so generous with her tags and her ephemera. I mean, look at that. Amazing. Delivery tags. That is so good. Really lovely images. And that is just some quotes that I had of Alice, which is and some harlequin paper that I had in my stash. So that is what I have used. And just quickly, I got these templates from a Facebook group called, as most of you will probably know it, it's Junk Journal Trading Post with Rach and Bella Crafts. And they have been doing Alice, and they've been making beautiful things, and they've kindly shared the freebies for a template of their pots and a teapot and cups. I just thought I'd mention that. Right, so here she is. All my journals are she, especially with lace. A very feminine vibe. She has 72 pages, only one signature. I did it in I made a manila folder into a little file folder. I've just closed that's just some added lace for whoever buys. The seam binding is actually the closure, and I've stitched in the one signature with the seam binding, as you can see there. Oh no, I'm off camera. Oh goodness me. I'm so sorry. That's why I marked the test table so that I wouldn't go off. But right. So the seam binding is the closure. You just wrap it around, and you can't lose it that way, which I just include a little crystal here for her pocket. That's just a little rose which is removable. Paint the roses red. I've used a old piece of nice blue vintage vinyl tape measure there on just a little journaling card to slip into that front. I've blown Alice up there because she was really large, and the measuring tape is sort of subtly pointing to that fact. I have done the doorknob. This is from the Elegant Doors kit of Nathalie's, LineDotArrow. If I haven't said it before, I'll say it again. And so I've used just a very touch of little gold, and you can see where I've painted gold around the outside, very haphazardly. And then when we open it up, this is the little Alice, and she can't reach the doorknob. And there's the image of her going through a window. Some journaling cards. Off with their heads. Right. And then that flips back like that. That's just a recycled envelope. The cover opens to a harlequin. I have not put a pocket on the front, but there is a large pocket on the front and the back, and I've just done very large journaling cards, a very large key. Love the pocket watch there. I've just put a little bit of gold. I don't know whether the camera catches that. Don't know whether you can see that. I think you can. Just a little bit of a hint of gold. If I pull anything out, I'll put it to the side because it'll just takes up time, doesn't it? Right, so we have a beautiful image there, Curiouser and Curiouser. I had an old teacup actually in my stash from something else I'd done a long time ago, so I've just put a nice little Alice image and a quote in there, and obviously behind it is a pocket. Everything's multi-layered. There was so many tags. Are so generous in the kit. And this actually too was a freebie from LineDotArrow Facebook group freebie, which I love. So generous. Then we turn the page, and I had some old cards at Christmas, and I sanded them down to get the plastic off them. They're in the shape of a bottle, and so I've just put the drink me on it and multi-layered the tags up and popped it in there in just a homemade envelope with old law papers over 100 years old. So I've left the digital alone because it is stunning. I used black thread and have sewn. Not every page has stitching, but it just makes the journal cards and the book and ties everything together. That was just a piece of old flocked paper I had in my stash, a scrap. I've just put a little bit of gold paint around that to match the gold on the teapots. That is the template, and I've just halved the teapot. It's always time for tea, which is really Alice. When I made the journal, somebody asked me on last night, somebody asked me for my inspiration and how I begin a journal. And this is, when I get the papers, I looked at the papers and my imagination went, and I tried to remember everything that meant something to me. So yeah, that's sort of like my shorthand, but that sort of kept me in line as to my vision on what and how I wanted to do the journal. It all comes together, doesn't it? That's another little version of the teapot and a little clock. Time for tea. It's always time for tea. And this is the little rabbit blown up. He's just gorgeous, and the blue is something amazing. When I used to read fairy tales, I fancied that kind of thing never happened, and now here I am in the middle of one. This is, I'll just put lots of little extras in there, but that is actually a lot of tags stuck together and used as a tuck, which is really nice. And I've got those together, and a tag with "Eat Me" on it. Very, very plain, that one, with the blue harlequin. And the Alice image. More tags. Natalie's pockets, which are really fantastic to have pre-made. If I had a world of my own, everything would be nonsense. That's so true. Up here I have just a little over the, I've just hung this over the page really. I haven't even secured it, only with a rusty paper clip which I've used throughout. Curiouser and Curiouser, the King of Hearts. And a journal card with some black seam binding. And thank you to Janice from Enchanted Crafting. She makes the seam binding for me in any colour I wish. So I've got pale blue and pink, and I shall put her in the link. I've just put those template cups in a pile, and I've drawn the bow and a little label, "Drink Me." And the silhouettes that I've used all throughout are freebies from I think my graphics fairy, or just images, Google Images freebies, because I wanted the black just to tone it down and to make it a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more grown up. There's just a cluster, and another card, another journaling card. We've got over 14 journaling cards, 20 pockets, 3 tucks, 72 pages, 1 belly band, 2 flip outs, hinged. And I've just made this into a tuck spot. I found those on freebie, on the free images as well. And I glued them all together to make a beautiful fan shape. And instead of a tag, I've just popped 3 cards in there. This is some paper from the book, a book page. and rusty paper clips again. The Mad Hatter. Have I gone mad? Alice, I'm afraid so. You're entirely bonkers. But I'll tell you a little secret. All the best people are. I love that. It's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. That's so pretty. That is so pretty. So I've sewn in, obviously, I think I said before, with the blue seam binding. I did the holes with my big crocodile and eyelets in the spine. And so it's all removable. I mean, whoever buys this, if they wish to take it apart, they could. And they could put in more signatures, depending. This is just a little hinged flip out of a page, and I thought that could be just hide some writing behind there. And that's just hinged with seam binding. We're All Mad Here, a free silhouette I downloaded from the internet on the red flowered garden journaling card that I had, and there is another one of the tags all put in a row and stitched down so it makes a wonderful tuck spot, and of course the same on the other side, which is it's a lovely way to use up all the tags. That's just another little cluster with Alice and a rusty paper clip, bit of music, a journaling card, and those tickets that Nathalie did, which are really sweet. We'll just pop those in there. And more handmade paper and a teapot with a little image of Alice. This is the trifold tag that Natalie has put in the kit, and it's amazing. Takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that. And that was an image I had of a canning jar, and I thought Alice trapped in the jar was really sweet. And this is the hinged. I've just hinged this with washi tape, and it's backed with coffee dyed paper, and I've done some stenciling there. And then on here, one of Natalie's little pockets. You have to excuse the state of my hands. I forgot to go and paint my nails. That's another silhouette free image. And there's a tiny little blue rabbit, which looks amazing. And these are some tags that I've done. I've searched a free image of an antique key, and that was the one I chose, and I blew it up into all different sizes. And then I had a wooden key lock, so that adds dimension to that tag. And then sewn all the way around. This is the large belly band I was telling you from that tiny little image. You can make the mini size, and that's a couple of lovely journal cards as well. Natalie's kits are amazing, and We're All Mad Here. I must really like that. I've used that twice. There's a bottle Drink Me with a rusty paper clip and just a nice piece of pretty blue satin ribbon on it. So I've hinged the book page. Another nice little pocket. I love these pre-made pockets. They are so handy. More tags. And that's also a freebie from the Facebook group, LineDotArrow. I knew who I was this morning, but I've changed a few times since then. And that is another hinged card, postcard, which is amazing. And I've used this one this time as a pocket. Oh my whiskers, oh no, oh my ears and whiskers, I'm late. From the White Rabbit. And on the very back page, a nice big pocket using one of those journal cards from Nathalie's kit. Drink Me and the roses and some beautiful striped ribbon. And that's it. Everything done in gold. And then on the back page, another of Nathalie's images. This black page was something I had in my grungy scrap pile, and it's also on the front as the clock. I can't tell you at the moment where I got it. That's also the Elegant Doors kit from Natalie. Right, so there you have it. That is my Alice in Wonderland kit, my July design team project for Nathalie of LineDotArrow. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. See ya.